Okay, this looks like a OnePlus 7. Over here we have the new Bullets Wireless 2. It's the reviewer's guide. Go beyond speed. Okay, so this is going to have all the specs. It's the OnePlus 7 Pro. There's your first look. Oh my goodness, we were right. Snapdragon 855, up to 12 gigs of RAM, UFS 3.0, 6.67 QHD+, AMOLED. It has a 90 Hz refresh rate display at 516 PPI. There is a night mode. I'm going to test that out, see what that's all about. 48 megapixel triple camera with an ultra wide angle lens and a 3x optical zoom. Warp Charge 30, 4,000 mAh battery, dual stereo speakers, Dolby Atmos, haptic vibration, and a 10-layer liquid cooling system. Wow. My model, by the looks of it, Nebula Blue, with 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. That's a lot of RAM. It's, of course, on par with flagship level devices. And when it comes to the processor, Snapdragon 855, I mean, what more can you ask for right now in this day and age? Okay, phone goes there. Bullets Wireless 2. These are, of course, wireless earbuds. Okay, so the headphones are $109, so they went up in price as well. Warp Charge 30 car charger. So you can bring your Warp Charge into the car, not just at home. That's kind of nice to have. The Warp Charge will charge up close to 50% of battery life on the 4,000 mAh battery in about 20 minutes of charge. See that, Jack? The special unbox therapy knife? Little teaser right there. So last year's OnePlus 6T came out at $549, and this one, obviously, OnePlus 7 Pro, it's starting at $669. Whoa! That is a cool blue, actually. It's a matte blue, like a kind of sandblasted glass look. What do we see? We see the camera situation. Triple lens setup on the back, a wide angle lens, we have a zoom lens. This is the thing now. You want to be in the flagship territory, which this one is getting awfully close with the price now at $669. It's very close, for example, to the Galaxy S10e, which I think a lot of people are going to compare this to. And so now it's like, okay, we're going to throw all the camera modules in there to compete at that level. Of course, the OnePlus motto has been flagship killer. I mean, not officially, but that's sort of how people have referred to this device throughout the years. So they try to bring those flagship level specs into a lower price point. And if this one can replicate a flagship experience or spec list, then that might be the move for you. Who knows? USB Type-C is on the bottom. We also have a speaker unit there. This thing apparently has stereo speakers, which I'm quite curious about. This up here, this is going to be the pop-up front-facing camera, of course. Not the first time we've seen it, but the first time we've seen it on a OnePlus device, and the first time we've seen it at this price point. Over here we have the 3-stage switch that you're used to with OnePlus devices. I like that it has a texture to it. It allows you to quickly switch between your audio profiles. Alright, before I boot that up, also inside the package, Warp Charger power supply unit. It's a little hefty, but you know what it brings to the table. Very fast charging. In the past, OnePlus has had some of the fastest charging, if not the fastest charging devices on the market, so you're definitely willing to make that sacrifice for the speed. Iconic red USB Type-C cable, and that's that. Alright, let's boot this guy up. That is a full screen display. It does have a slightly more of a chin and a forehead, which is, maybe they designed the wallpaper to hide that a tiny bit, but it's really, it's relatively insignificant, as you can see on this page right here. Never have we seen a smartphone targeted specifically at the North American market with no notch, no weird cutout scenario at the top at this price. And you don't have to worry about any distraction. Now you can also sort of see the speaker grill up there. It's very subtle. Maybe Jack can get a better look at it there. Boom. Right there. We gotta check out the motorized front-facing camera option here. So flick this to the front camera and it should pop up. There it is. Very smooth, very quiet. There I am. I doubt the mic even picked up. I don't think the mic picked up anything there. But you now have moving parts. You have a motor in there. This is an important thing to consider. This is where it gets a bit weird. I've been a fan of Face Unlock on OnePlus products for a while now because it's so fast. Now, it's not the most secure, but it's really fast. So if you want to make that exchange speed for security, you could, and you can have maybe one of the fastest, if not the fastest, Face Unlock in the game. With the pop-up camera, not only does it take a second to pop out, but now you're utilizing that motor a lot, and maybe you're more inclined to go with the fingerprint. Maybe this is the compromise. Maybe this is your next phone. I don't know. Alright, let's test out these speakers. I kept talking about them. I'm real curious. Just before I pop off a few shots with the camera, and Apple And they have a slightly different design. I think this will be popular for... There's also Dolby Atmos in here. Now, it's in dynamic by default. I'm going to leave it there. You don't need to remember, was that button on the left or on the right? Now, of course, a little muffly. A little bit muffly. Most of the sound is coming out of the lower speaker here. If you cover this speaker grill, you're left with mostly high end out of the other side. So again, it's this thing where manufacturers are saying, okay, this is stereo speakers, but in reality, it's two speakers doing different things. And you don't want something. I gotta get to the bottom of this because is it my ears? I should know for sure. Huge. And you want something sweat resistant. Well, this has Aldo 9 hours of wireless play, 24 hours with the charging case. Sweat components and attributes. So I think I would give the clarity award here to the iPhone. Maybe it's a little bit more low end on the OnePlus, but possibly at the expense of clarity. The iPhone wins in the sound department. You try a couple different scenarios. I think the music setting on the Dolby is a bit better, like when you have that engaged versus dynamic mode on the OnePlus. Now, we might as well pop up the camera while we're at it. Okay, so 0.6, this is what I like. This is cool. This gives you a really wide field of view, as Jack can kind of showcase